Today is the day that they've been calling the Battle of Hungary. I don't actually know who they are, but it's what they've been calling it apparently. Hello and welcome back to Around the Block. Hope you're all doing well today and you're looking forward to the Battle of Hungary as we take on Diósgyőr in the Europa League Playoff Rounds, the first and second leg of that. The winner goes to the Europa League, the loser goes to the Europa Conference League, and in terms of reputation and money, I'd much rather go into the Europa League. Hope you're all doing well and you're having a lovely week. It's all winding down now. We're getting towards the end of the week now, and we can all sit outside this weekend in the sun because it is boiling at the moment in the UK, which is absolutely fantastic. Since you guys were last here for the win over Konyaspor, 5-4 on aggregate, which we narrowly got through there. We played one game against Diósgyőr in the league, and we played a very backup team in this one. I wanted the rest of our first team players. So there is, as you can see behind my head, a bit of change to the lineup there. Not really the usual people starting that game, but it was still good. We still won it 2-0. Attila Horvath and Lenigel with the goals there to make it 3 wins from 3 league games. We still stay on top of the table alongside Újpest. Frank Brosh have won their 2 games since they lost the opening day of the season, so they're on 6 points. But we're not focusing on that right now. We're focusing on the Europa League. Come on, lads. There haven't been any ins or outs or any sniffs of transfers actually since you guys were last here, so nothing to talk about there. We're jumping straight into the game. Mreza is in goal, which is a little bit unusual because the new guy, Serafimovsky, is injured for 4 weeks. He got injured in training, so he's out for a little while with a hernia, which isn't brilliant, obviously. Mreza isn't a bad goalkeeper, still 3 stars and is very good at this level. Probably one of the best keepers in the division anyway. It's just Serafimovsky is better than him, and he's just better everywhere. Sloboda starts at left-back today alongside Gornok and Brankovic, the new centre-back brought in at last episode. He starts at centre-back today alongside Turitsov at right-back. We've got that usual midfield trio of Djordjevic, Rossili and Lenigel starting today with Mazarin and Attila Horvath out on the wings. And of course, the boy Zoltan Horvath leading the line forward. Only got 2 goals so far this season, but I'm sure he'll triple that in the next few games or so because he's such a good striker. I wanted to say he's going to get 20 goals this season, then realise that triple that is nowhere near 20. I don't know why triple came out of my head. I meant to say tenfold that, but that doesn't actually quite make sense, does it? Either way, I'll just stop talking. Let's just get into the game. Right then, kickoff is upon us today. If you can drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, that would be absolutely magnificent. Today, we need to get a big win. We are the away team first and foremost, so getting some good away goals would be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, we can bring quite a few fans to Diósgyőr with us, and hopefully we can pack out that away stand or section, get our fans singing loud and proud, and hopefully carry us through into the Europa League. 10 minutes into the game though, and it looks fairly neutral right now. Not a whole lot going on, pretty cagey. Obviously, Diósgyőr are going to be really up for this game because they reckon they can win this game, I imagine. Obviously, they were a top 4 side last season. That's why they're in European football this season. After the season before nearly getting relegated, they've made themselves a top 4 side, which is obviously very good for them. But they're obviously going to fancy themselves in this game because once you're playing against a team from the country you belong to, the division you belong to, you've always got to fancy yourself. So as much as we fancy ourselves and think we should be winning this pretty comfortably, they'll be thinking the exact same thing as well. It's much better us playing against each other rather than us playing it like Celtic or something like that. But hopefully we do get the win here today as Mazarin on the ball towards the edge of the area, plays back to Djordjevic, gets it out to Turitsov. Turitsov into the middle, should have crossed it, didn't need to cross it in the end. The shot was rebounded into the path of Zoltan Horvath for his 3rd of the season to put us 1-0 up about 5 minutes before half-time. You love to see it. I'd love to know what Turitsov was thinking at this stage. I mean, why did he not square? I mean, to be fair, there were quite a few bodies in the middle, but he'd have a much better time just squaring it in the first place, and he would have got an assist. Instead, no assist for him, but Zoltan Horvath does get the goal. There's a highlight straight from kickoff, which is slightly worrying. Hopefully, Diósgyőr don't come and level things up. If we can just keep firm and just not let them score, that would be a great way to play today's game. But Smic is through on that right-hand side into Toth on the edge of the area. Is that a Toth that we know? There's loads of Toths in the game, so it's probably not a Toth that we know, but he hits the post. Unlucky. Well, lucky for us, unlucky for Toth. It's not a Toth that we know. It's not one of the old Toths that we used to have at Martin, unfortunately. Would have been good if it was, because we'd have known that he wouldn't be able to do anything. He's a useless left winger, so we would have been all right with that. But if we can grab a second goal just before half-time, that would be fantastic. Although Turitsov ball forward wasn't brilliant. And it's Diósgyőr looking to come forward for one final attack before the half-time whistle blows. Toth on the ball, coming forward into number 15, out to number 14 on the wing to put the ball into the middle. Diósgyőr have brought it back just before half-time. The worst time to concede. You hate to see it. Terrible, terrible, terrible stuff there. Come on, lads. Better than that. You hate to see it. Aggressively Not pleased with your performance out there. Thing is, I am actually mostly pleased with it. We have been on top in most of the areas, but obviously not scoring enough goals. So we have to say we're disappointed, even though we're not that disappointed, really. I think we are playing relatively well. Turitsov on the ball, back to Djordjevic, into Lenigel, back to Djordjevic. We're passing it forward nicely. What a great ball that is to Turitsov, into Horvath, Horvath into the other Horvath. Back in front now, 2-1 up, and 4 goals now for Zoltan Horvath. He's doubled his goal tally for this season already in one game. You love to see it. Back on top, 2 away goals now as well. Remember, we are the away team here, so it is a bit harder for us as well, but we are doing well. Keep it up, lads. I tell you what, though, 12,000 people turning up for the game, Diósgyőr fans, only 65 away fans. That's a little bit disappointing, but if we manage to get the attendances that Diósgyőr had, we'd be absolutely flying financially. Wow. I wish we did get 12,000 fans. Instead, we can't even sell out a 3,800-seater stadium, which does suggest that we don't have that many fans and things like that. As Zoltan Horvath gets his hat-trick. What a goal that is, to be fair. That was absolutely fantastic. And he is about to triple his goal tally. He's very close to tripling his goal tally already. So a hat-trick from Zoltan. We will make a couple of changes out there just to keep players a little bit more refreshed. We want to we've got a game midweek as well, which we won't do on camera. We'll do it off camera and then come back for the Diósgyőr. But a game midweek as well. It's really starting to mount up on the players now as Attila Horvath is injured. You hate to see that. That's not exactly what we wanted to see. There we go, sorted it out now. Kalmar's come on there. We have to change things around a little bit. Hopefully it's not too bad for Attila Horvath, but Farkas he should be just about back. Not Farkas. It is Farkas. Yeah, Eric Farkas on the right-hand side. After his 7-month injury, he should just about be back now. Let's not let them score another goal right at the end of the game. Let's not let them do that, lads. Diósgyőr into the middle. Cleared. Rossili clears it up towards Szabo. Szabo's got a good chance to show what he can do right now as he brings the ball forward. Just seems to run past all the defenders. Kalmar on the ball now. Kalmar to make it 4-1. I think we are guaranteed to go through now. I cannot see a situation where Diósgyőr are turning us around at our own place. Great stuff. And is there going to be one final goal in today's game as Gornek into the middle? Zoltan Horvath waiting. Turitsov can't quite get the ball back into Horvath, unfortunately. And it's looking like it's Diósgyőr coming forward. Now, let's not let them score. Come on, lads. Okay, they have scored another one. So maybe there is a slight situation where they might be able to go through. But we've still got a 2-goal cushion. We've still got 4 away goals. I'm still feeling comfortable about that. And so there is the full-time whistle. Diósgyőr 2, Puskas Academy 4. We're in the driving seat. We just have to hold on now for the second leg. Horvath is out for 4 to 5 weeks with a twisted ankle. That's not very good. Zoltan Horvath, though, with his 3 goals scored, 7 dribbles made, 9.5 rating, was absolutely superb. You were fantastic in front of goal. Keep it up, lad. So what we'll do is we'll rest the starting 11, not move to affiliates. We'll go to training, rest 1 day, get them all rested up. The game coming up in midweek is against Peripherals, although they're down in 7th, so actually that might be a little easier given their current form if they're not playing well at the start of the season. But we'll play that one off camera before we come back for the Diósgyőr game. So the Peripherals game coming up for us right now. Obviously, I'll play this off camera. Do need to make a few changes to the lineup, including Attila Horvath coming up. Farkas isn't quite back from injury yet, so Szabo's going to have to come on for him on that right-hand side. Luckily, we managed to win the game either way, 3-1. Mazarin with 2 goals, and Szabo gets his first goal for the club as well, which is great to see. So still on top of the table by a point after Ferencváros, or 3 points, sorry, after Ferencváros beat Budapest Honvéd 5-0. They are out of all European football. No, they're not. They're not out of all European football. We looked last episode and it said they were, but actually they've gone to the Euro Cup playoffs as well as us. Oh, so they could also be in the Europa League with us if they manage to beat Dundalk, which they're currently doing. Whilst we're here, though, once again, we'll just make sure we rest these players so they're fit and ready for the game coming up. Hajduk Split making a bid for Lenigel, which of course we will be rejecting. But if he still had his minimum fee release clause in there, I think that would have been met. I think it was either 1.2 or 1.8 million pounds his minimum fee release clause. So good job we got rid of that. Hang on a second. What is it? I did not realise this. We can't play European fixtures at our stadium because our stadium must be too small. I didn't even realise this was a thing. I must have missed the news article about it ages ago. But we are currently playing here, the Bozic Joseph Stadion, which is currently the home of Budapest Honvéd. I presume it is because, if we look at the rules for this, stadiums would be 4,500. Ours is less than 4,500. Ah, okay. Well, that's a bit annoying, that isn't it? But still a very low turnout of only 1,700 apparently predicted. You hate to see that. Maybe when we get to the group stages, we might be able to attract some more fans, but I'll definitely be asking the board to expand the stadium a bit. So for the game coming up then, what are we going to do? We are going to bring Rossili back on for Huzaric, and I think leave Yordanov on. We brought him on for the last game as well, but other than that, I think the team stays as it is. Right then, kickoff is upon us. As long as we don't lose, we're absolutely fine to go through to the Europa League rather than the Europa Conference League. I mean, we've probably got more opportunity to win the Europa Conference League than the Europa League, as Mazarin opens a scoring for us from that cross there. Wonderful header from him. You love to see up to 6 goals for him in the season now. He's our top goal scorer so far this season. He's been playing really, really well. And actually, I wanted to replace him. I really wanted to replace him over summer, but we've just not been able to find a decent enough left winger. But maybe we don't need one. He's got 6 goals to his name. As I was saying, though, we might have a better opportunity to win the Europa Conference League than the Europa League, but we will get a lot more reputation from the Europa League as Diósgyőr score. Of course, there's also an opportunity where we might finish 3rd in our Europa League group, and if we finish 3rd, we drop down into the Europa Conference League and then have a great chance of winning that. So there's plenty of opportunities for us to still somehow win the Europa Conference League, and, you know, that's a great thing for us to win. I think if Ferencváros got to the semi-finals last season, we could easily do the same thing. As we reach the half-hour mark in the game, and we've got a free kick which has just been put over the bar by Yordanov, it's starting to feel a bit more like a formality that we will be qualifying for the Europa League. The Battle of Hungary seems to have been won by us so far, but there is still a second half to go, and a lot can happen in that time. A lot can happen before the second half even starts as well, because the first half has still got to finish, and Diósgyőr lose possession. Rossili on the ball. Come on, lad. Do something clever with this one. Into Zoltan. Zoltan shoots. Oh, it wasn't the best ball from Rossili in the end there, but Zoltan did very well to get the shot away. The highlight, though, is continuing as Gornek gets it into Yordanov. Yordanov out to Sloboda, back to Djordjevic. Djordjevic on the ball, back to Sloboda, back to Gornek. Let's bring it forward nicely. Or back to the keeper. Okay, whatever you'd rather do, lads. Up towards Lenny Gel into Rossi, and that's a great ball out to Szabo. Szabo can beat his man into the area. Can he put the cross? And he does. Zoltan Horvath there. His 6th of the season. Has it been disallowed? It's going to VAR. And I think, it's been disallowed. You hate to see it. Doesn't matter, though, because we are still winning 5-3 on aggregate at half-time. You love to see it. Of course, we still have those 4 away goals as well. So if Diósgyőr want to, they can go and score 2 more goals and we'll still be going through. But hopefully they don't do that. Lenny Gel on the ball for us, though, puts a great ball forward to Zoltan Horvath. Zoltan shoots, puts it wide. It's not the best shot in the world. And I must say, if Diósgyőr want to win this, they are playing a ridiculously defensive formation. They're not going to score any goals like that. So I feel like we can just sort of sit back a little bit and chillax a little bit. We've got 23 minutes to go, and the game coming up after this is Ferencváros. So I feel like we do want to maybe try and rest 1 or 2 players out there. Zoltan Horvath not playing particularly well. Let's give Patrick Bolowski a go out there today. He can come on for Rossili in that box-to-box midfielder role. Turitsov is looking the most tired on the pitch right now, so take him off for Gita. They're the 2 changes that we'll make right this second, just to try and keep those players ready and fit enough for the next game. In the meantime, Diósgyőr coming forward. Ball on the edge of the area has just gone over the bar. And the clock now is really ticking down. I think we have done enough. We may not have won it on the night, but we've won it on aggregate, which is the most important part of this. 5 minutes to go. Finally, Diósgyőr, with 5 minutes to go, decided to go slightly more attacking, but that's far too little too late. They might grab a consolation goal, but they're not going to winning the tie. He says, with 5 minutes to go. We've seen more crazy things happen as the shot there is blocked wonderfully by Gornek. Come on then, referee. 2 minutes to go. Blow that whistle. And he has done. You love to see it. It's 1-1 on the night, but we've won it 5-3 on aggregate. Passionately. Well done, lads. Great result for us. We are through to the Europa League. Now, have Ferencváros got there as well? We've got the draw tomorrow. Ferencváros have also got there as well, which is great to see, including other teams like Slovan Bratislava. Coming up against them would be really good to have playing against them at some point in the future again. Obviously, we had some good battles with them as the Martin manager, and we've been given £2.5 million for that. Wow, that's a lot of money. Up to £10 million in the bank account. So what we're going to say, stadium, expand the stadium. Because obviously we want to play in our own stadium in European football at some point. So, should we say we want to expand the stadium to capitalise on the success that I intend to bring? I feel like that's quite a good one to go for. And obviously we're now in the Europa League, so that's quite good. We'll say that they're not convinced about the fan base being big enough. Okay, well, we'll sell out regularly for some bigger games. We all do in European football. We'll say that, and they do agree with that. Oh, no, they don't. We reject your request. Oh. Well, that was rubbish. It's not too much of a big deal not playing European football in our own stadium, but it would be nice to. Whilst we have got £10 million in the bank, though, it might be worth asking to improve training facilities, which they have agreed to. You'll love to see it. And what about youth facilities as well? Improve your facilities. Can you do that? They have said yes. You'll love to see it. So 2.5 given for group stages, 2.9, so with £3 million. And so call that... Well, those together, £3.75 million. Call it that for new facilities, which I think is a pretty good deal. Obviously, we might not actually be here to, sort of see that happen. We might have moved on by that point by the time they're finished. But it's good to try and put Puskas in a good position for when we leave and for the future. I want all the clubs to do really well. I want all of the clubs to do really, really well. However, Martin, I don't think are doing particularly well. Oh, I have to look for MSK, Fomat, Martin, I think, don't we? They got relegated. They are now in the Slovak second division. I mean, they're third in the league, which is pretty good. They're a top half team, definitely, but they did get relegated. And since we left Naftan, they have also been relegated, but they are top of the table right now. So perhaps we did leave them in a good position to, be a team that's going to be a bit of a yo-yo team, perhaps. But hopefully they'll get back up there soon. Here it is, the Europa League group stage draw. We are a 4th seeded side, so what we'll do very quickly is draw the first 3 teams in each group. These are looking very difficult. Right, which one do you want to be in? Well, we can't be in Group A, which is actually quite frustrating. Victoria Pleasant are there, who beat us in the, the Champions League qualifying rounds. Ferencváros have got them. We can't be in that group because Ferencváros are already there. But if we were in that group, I would give us a serious chance of qualifying. The other groups, by looks of things, I'm not so sure. I think maybe Group F, we might have a chance. We could get results against Cluj and Bratislava. Maybe Group D, we could get results against Krasnodar and Prague. But there are some... I can't see us doing anything in Group B, Group C. We might have a chance of 3rd, maybe in Group H. Maybe 3rd in Group G. If we're in Group B or C, we're out of European football. I'm telling you that for sure. So we can't be in Group A. Lille are in that group. Please don't be in Group B or C. Please don't be in Group B or C. Okay, Jag and Elliot are from Poland are in Group B. Group C, Molde. Okay, we've got past those 2 groups. I wouldn't mind too much about being in Group D or E, but I really want to be in F. F would be the best one to be in for us. Group D are Steaua Bucharest. Group E, Wolfsberger. Okay. Group F, please. Put us in Group F. Please, 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 please. Oh, it's not us. It's not us. It's a team from Belarus instead. Thing is, I think we might have I'd rather Group H than Group G. Definitely. But I think we have a chance of 3rd, at least, in both of those. So, hopefully it's Group H. It's Group G. Okay. Monaco, Ludogorets, Sporting, and us. We've got a chance of 3rd, I think. Right, so I'm going to say we're going to go for Ludogorets. I think we do that game next episode, because I think that's the one team we might have a good chance of beating, maybe. So I think Ludogorets we do next episode, but I think we also do the Ferencváros game, and we may as well try. We might do a 3-game special with the Break, and we might just skip over that one. But I think we deserve the Ferencváros game because that'd be a big league game in the league. And I think the Ludogorets game coming up. And then after that, we'll have to really sort of go forward quite a bit because we have messed around quite a bit at the start of the season with all these qualification rounds. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching today's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been a good one and we've been given a tough group, but hopefully with your guys' support, we can push through with that. So thanks ever so much for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Put the bell on as well while you're here. Why not? The bell is very, very good. And I'll see you soon. So have a good one. Goodbye.